So Lavina is not here because she's under the weather. And it is a valid reason because we were messaging with her and she voice noted us back, like apologizing for not being able to be in attendance. And she sounded like shit, you guys. Like it was pretty bad.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Hello, I'm Carlin.
I am Jade from
We are Sëdézë,
and you are watching another episode of
the Sit Down Podcast.
Hell yeah. Perfect, man. Perfect. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Everybody at home. And to those of you in house, welcome everybody. Good to have you guys here with us. I am so flippin' excited to have you guys here. We've been talking about you on the show here for the last few episodes. And granted, I keep getting the name wrong. So we should be addressing that right out of the gate.
Yeah.
For those of you at home, it is not Sedeze, like I've been saying. It is Sedeze.
Or Sedeze. Or Sedeze. It is.
I think there was a few episodes back we were just like, F it, Blackfeather 1996. Because I couldn't remember. No, a true honor to have you guys here. Thank you so freaking much, man. I'm a huge fan of you guys.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we really kind of, we're honored to be here, honestly, and looking forward to the future with what you guys have in store for us.
Hell yeah.
Our band name is actually pronounced Sëdézë. It is a Dene word.
Sëdézë.
Sëdézë is with tongue, how you would pronounce it actually.
Right.
See, and I'm French, so maybe that's just a tongue thing.
And
I
I'm
don't
Dutch,
know.
and I don't know how to teach.
But yeah, so we were Blackfeather 1996 before Lavina joined us. The name is a little bit heavy in a sense because last summer I lost my younger sister to suicide, which is very touchy. And then we went out tree planting the past summer and we met Lavina. And from there, we were like, what are we going to call ourselves? And then a friend, I think it was my cousin, was like, you guys should just call yourselves Sedeze. And so I was like, yeah, that actually sounds fitting.
Right.
And so it's kind of like a tribute to my younger sister. And because we have a female lead singer, that's how we came.
So what does Sedeze mean?
Younger sister.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Frick, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's
So, yeah.
it's hard to
It's a
type that
tribute,
though because of the accents. There's too many accents on the. No, I'm kidding.
For sure.
Freaking rights. No, that's phenomenal. Yeah. So we met you guys. Was the first time we met at an open stage, or did we see you guys prior to that?
No, not me.
It was an open stage, right?
It was an open stage, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking jaw-dropping performance, you guys. I was an immediate fan. I was like, who the hell are these guys?
Blackfeather 1996.
Yeah. Right? No, that was awesome. Was that the night that we invited you guys to perform at Moose Fest, or was it the next?
I think it was the next
I
time.
think
The next
Yeah.
time? Hell yeah.
Yeah, the next time.
Yeah, so for those of you at home, the second time that they came and performed at open stage, Mark and I couldn't resist, and we had to jump up on stage and ask them if they would not only come on the program here, but we are going to, as of right now,
Sëdézë, yeah.
Sëdézë is...
Which actually is a Dene. I forgot to mention that. I'm Dene. He's Cree.
Okay.
Lavina's Cree. But I'm from up north, and Dene is my culture, my background. But yeah, so that's just to clear that up.
Yeah.
Sëdézë is a Dene word.
Okay. So please forgive my ignorance with this question. I'm just a white French kid here. So the Cree and Dene language, is it completely different from one another,
Yes.
or are there similarities? It's
Yes.
completely different,
Oh,
right? Okay.
It's like Dutch and French.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
pretty much, yeah.
See, but French and Spanish is kind of similar.
Oh yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
I was kind of just wondering
Yeah.
if there was similarities in the two languages.
Like
or
if
not.
you heard both languages, you'd be like,
It's completely different.
I think
Right.
Navajo is closer to Dene than Cree.
well,
is.
yeah, Navajo
Oh.
is a part of the Athabascan language group. They are actually called Dene, not Navajo. White people gave them the name Navajo. So they are D-I-N-E, Dene, and we are Dene.
D-E-N-E.
Yeah. So there's like a whole language group of Dene people, and we're all over the place
Right.
and far spread out. Like so are Cree people. But yeah, like I went down into Arizona, and I was talking with people there, and I didn't know that, and like talking with them, I was like, "Fuck, it sounds like my language," and I was like blown away because you never hear anyone speaking Dene, and yeah, I just learned that, and they told me, we are Dene, not Navajo, and so that kind of blew my mind.
No doubt.
And then like a lot of the words sounded very similar, and we're like trying to go back and forth on each other's like language. And then from 1 to 5 counting was pretty much exactly the same.
And then after that,
Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty mind blowing to like find that out and learn that. But yeah.
Right.
okay.
I couldn't imagine.
That reminds me of when I met
Uh-huh.
an ex-colleague of mine is Belgian, and my first day on the job, there's this tall white dude coming up the stairs, and he's like Kramer, sliding into the room. He's like, "Hey, you speak Dutch?" I'm like, "The fuck? Yes." So he started talking Dutch to me, and I was like, "What the hell's going on here?" So he was from Belgium, so it's kind of what you experienced, where he has, the language is technically the same.
Yeah.
But
So is it like dialect that's different?
yeah, so he speaks Flemish, which is, derived from Dutch, and I speak Gronings, which is a dialect of Dutch too. So, but I'm from the north of Holland, and he's from the middle of Belgium. So I mean, that's from here to Regina, but in Holland and Belgium, that's like worlds apart almost.
Mhm.
So when he speaks his dialect and I speak mine, we're looking at each other like, what?
That's so crazy how, like, not that far away can be such a dramatic difference.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think that all stems from, like, generations prior to us where they didn't have, like, vehicles and they couldn't really stray too far away.
Yeah.
Which is why we've got, like, fucking Gadettes marrying Gadettes around here. You know what I mean? Like, they just could. It's true, though. They couldn't go far away.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, you're
Dormy's 11 kilometers away, but you take a horse to Dormy, and that's going to take you a whole fucking day to get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, to get back to when we invited you for Moose Fest, that was a risky move
Why?
on our behalf.
Why?
What if they said no?
Well, then
They would
just-
shoot us down on
and
stage.
There's no. That would have been a little embarrassing. But
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys just like were like, yeah, you guys should come play at our festival, and then I was like, yeah, we're going, we're sold. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, everyone was like, fuck, what if none of us wanted to do it, and I was the only one. I was like, kind of like an ass.
hell yeah, we would have let it slide.
You would have been solo.
Because I had clearly put you guys on the spot with that, but
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would have even freaking remembered that. Like, dude, so we've been hosting that for a year. Like, we literally started December 21st of last year,
Yeah.
right? And that Moose Fest banner's been in the porch of the Capitol for like 2.5, 3 years. I shit you guys not, every single Tuesday when we open it up, we're like, all right, do you guys even know who we are? And like, it's just
Yeah.
crickets, man, all the time. Like, we're just like, dude, we're here every week, man. Like,
And
how
there's
do
a
you
banner
not
in
know
here.
yet? It's, but I mean, it just is what it is. You don't really get much of the same crowd all the time. It's always
Yeah.
like a new run through of different people. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Hell yeah.
So to get back to the
maybe
band.
you guys need to advertise somewhere, with this that you do have a podcast.
Well, the podcast we've been doing a hell of a lot longer than hosting Open Stage.
Well, it's weird. It depends on who you talk to. So, like, a lot of people know Funky Moose. A lot of people know Moose Fest. A lot of people know the podcast.
Okay.
But not a lot of people know that it's pretty much all the same.
All the same. And there's a radio station, too. Funky Moose Radio.
Yeah.
An online radio station.
Online radio station.
Yeah.
And
So
Funky Moose Digital, which is a digital marketing
there's-
agency.
there's lots of branches on the tree, but they're all affiliated. It's
Yeah,
all
so-
under the same umbrella, right?
Gotcha.
It's hard to market all of that together.
Yeah.
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 And but did we do that? We kind of did that intentionally too, trying to keep
Have it
just
separate.
Yeah, because it was just like, oh, let's start this project, but let's kind of keep it its own thing so that we can just keep things separated and manageable, easier to manage. But now it's difficult to explain it.
Well, actually, the Sit Down podcast is officially still a working title. We never officially stamped it. This is what we're calling it.
That is
It's
true.
been like we sat down on the couch for episode 1 and we're like, so what are we calling this? I don't know.
we'll just
We're
call it
sitting down,
Sit
Sit
Down.
Down podcast. All right.
I've actually noticed
203 episodes later, we're still calling it that.
that there's quite a few podcasts that are called the Sit Down
Yeah.
podcast out there.
Maybe we should rebrand it to the Funky Moose podcast or Moose Fest podcast. Or
Just call it
something.
Moose?
I don't know.
Moosecast? Who knows? Working
Drop-
title.
Drop your suggestions in the comments.
Yeah.
Exactly. Put it in the comments.
Anyway,
but
to
yes,
get back to the band.
we want to get to know you guys a little bit. I mean, if you guys are open to it, I would love to have some type of origin story from you
For
guys,
sure.
like how it all started. How did you guys get to where you are today?
1, 2, 3.
I'm getting older now, there's comfort in the change. I've lived a million lives, but yet I feel the same. And my mama called to say she misses having me around. You better visit some before I'm in the ground. Well, I started looking into school and all the things I said I'd do before I turned 26. And my body hates to leave the old version of me behind. She's probably somewhere out there wishing on a dime. As flowers bloom and rivers flow, seasons keep coming as they go. And I feel like I'm just getting started. When I was young, thought I was old. Seasons keep coming as they go. My roots are calling me home. Some soul is always timeless, floating down the river of age, weaving with care a precious life, a way of being on each page. I wrote the book as I go, sometimes fast, but mostly slow. All that I know is that my roots are calling me home. The rivers
Jade?
Like
Yes.
Spill the
from
beans.
like when I like started playing guitar. That
Sure.
kind of deal.
When
Yeah.
were you born? No.
Yeah. Well,
it
what,
all
Who's your mom?
let's start. I'll start with this. Like,
One
so,
dreary night. Yeah.
so what specifically drew you to music, Jade?
Well, when I was like 9, I had a friend that lived across the road. She was like a year older than me, and she was on my hockey team. She's like a childhood friend, and she was like into skateboarding, like punk music, had like just like all these like CDs and records. And then she like would show me all these like awesome music, and she got me into like Billy Talent, stuff like that. And then I remember watching like the Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash movie.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was kind of like, oh, I want to play guitar, you know? And I remember since my friend across the street was a skateboarder, I wanted to get a skateboard and go skateboarding, and asked my mom. I was like, hey, like, can I get a skateboard? And she's like, she was scared I was gonna hurt myself, so like she's like, no, blah blah, just kept like dodging me. And then one day we were walking past the first Act Guitars, like there's a little guitar stand at Walmart. Walked by it, and I was like, well, if you won't get me a skateboard, can I get a guitar? And sure enough, like
fuck no.
a couple months rolled by, and my mom brought home a big box, and I like immediately knew what it was, and like, yeah, that was it. And then I like took lessons for like a month at the like Métis Friendship Center in Saskatoon.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, yeah, it taught me like basic chords and how to read tabs, and that was it. And then I just started teaching myself the YouTube. Everything was there.
Yeah.
And then I met this guy at Ness Creek about, I don't know, 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
He'll keep saying 5 years ago.
it's been 5 years ago, like for like a while
The
now.
last 10 years?
You just said add at least before that. It was
Yeah.
at least 5 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to swear on this thing?
Absolutely.
Fuck no.
Absolutely. We're not marketing to children here.
Yeah.
No.
So you're good.
Cool. But yeah, we met at a music festival, Ness Creek. I can't remember what year that was. It was a couple years before COVID.
5 years
5
ago.
years ago.
5
Yeah.
years.
But yeah,
5 years ago.
He was like camped out beside us, and me and my friends. It was like me and my cousins and a bunch of friends. It was our first, like it was a few of their first nests, and we just got there, and then yeah, this guy ended up coming over and like
This guy was
singing.
just a creature.
Yeah, we were on
Just,
like
hair out,
Phrased out.
bandana, just like chest out. Paint you a mental image of him.
And you're like, I want
And I
to be
was
friends.
like, I just fell in love right away.
yeah,
Hell
then,
yeah.
yeah. He came over, played some songs for us, and I remember like we jammed a little bit, and I was like, damn, this guy can sing.
He's like, come to my tent and play some guitar. So I did.
Frickin' A. So, okay, but you're a drummer as
I'm
opposed to a guitar player, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when I was younger, here's a little bit of background of my music history.
About 5 years ago.
About 5 years ago. No, I grew up with playing music or around music. My dad, my uncle, they played music since they were teenagers. They have a band. Well, they had a band. And so growing up, I was always around music. You know, it was played in the house. They had jam practices, whatever. And then so I was like, you know, I was always just drawn to music. And, you know, when you ask a kid, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a policeman. I want to be a fireman. I want to be a rock star.
Hell yeah.
That was
Frickin'
always
right.
my little, you know, as a kid. But
Absolutely.
I just always loved music growing up. And so, yeah, my uncle taught me how to play the drums. My uncle was the drummer and a singer. And then my dad was the guitar player. So my dad always wanted me to play guitar. And I was more drawn to drums. And so, yeah, he bought me my first drum kit when I was... Actually, my uncle gave me my first drum kit, which was an old beat-up thing. And then I just had this big, giant Frankenstein kit that people just gave me parts, bits and bobs, you know.
And pieced it together
Yeah,
kind of thing.
And then I had, like, this double kick, like, 2 separate brands, like, just a Frankenstein kit, you know? And I had it in my cousin's garage, and we would just jam out like freaking Seven Nation Army. And I had this giant kit. I didn't even know how to properly play it. And so yeah, we just like had fun and annoyed all of the neighbors. You know, when you're a kid, you're just learning. And so yeah, that's where I started. Eventually, my dad bought me my first kit. And then it kind of just took off from there. I played with my cousins. We had a band back in the day. Just played locally,
Right.
at cabarets and at the local bar. And then, yeah, moved here. Moved away after I graduated. And then, yeah, met this guy. And then we started... No, we kept saying we're going to...
So we didn't even like... We jammed that one time at the like Nice Creek, and then like
And then we were blitzed the rest of the time.
yeah, like we never even like met up. We were like we'd message each other and be like, "Hey, you want to jam? Let's meet up and jam. Like we should jam." And like it just went on for like months and months. And then one then COVID happened, and like everyone was basically like home ridden, right? So like,
Yeah.
we're like finally like, "Hey, let's like jam. Like we got nothing else to do." So and
So yeah, we finally had a good jam sesh. And then
been
we
playing.
got super toasted. Jade fell asleep in his guitar case in the garage. And it was a good time. And then, yeah, we've just been playing ever since.
Yeah,
And then,
as much as we could, just playing wherever in the streets.
That's hilarious that you fell asleep in the guitar case, because not that long ago I saw a little video of you getting like taped to a pole in a freaking. I feel like this is a reoccurring thing here, maybe.
I was sober there though.
Hell yeah.
So you were busking a lot?
Yeah.
yeah, so my other cousin, Patrick, he was like, he brought me into the whole busking scene. Yeah. And before I was like, fuck no, I'm not going to go play guitar on the street. I just felt like shy and just weird
Like
about
it's
it,
panhandling, and it's just
Yeah,
like a
and I was
negative
just-
concept to it, right?
Yeah, and so I was just like, I'm not going to go do that. And he's like, come on, let's just go. So we sat in front of like Superstore or whatever it was. And like, he's a pretty, like he looks pretty like, I don't know, his aesthetic. He's like pretty punk looking, you know?
Yeah.
And so we were sitting there playing guitar, and like we had his dog with us, and then like people would just come and just like bring food and bring dog food and just like think we were like homeless or something, you know? Oh man. But anyways, so he got me out of my shell a little bit, and then he knew somebody else who busked, who was a really great musician. And then we were like, he heard through other people that they went on a little busking tour, and they went wherever just playing music along the way, and that's how they ate, that's how they got gas, you know, that's how they funded the whole trip.
Yep.
Tour. And so me and him were like, fuck it, let's ask this guy to join us, and we will go out to Calgary. And it was during the Stampede, and we went out there for about a week, and we didn't go anywhere else. We just stayed there, and we tried to, you know, do that, and it went pretty well for the most part. The other guy kind of did his own thing, but overall it was a good experience, you know.
Right.
We had fun. And
So you guys were like just making enough to like, you know, put food
Get
in your
by.
bellies and like
we
cover
had a
your
lot
expenses
extra,
and
but at the time I was partying, and so a lot of the extra
what was
cash
coming in was just going right back out again.
yeah,
kind
it
of
was
thing.
more of just like an experience
Yeah.
to just go have fun, you know. And then came back, and then me and Patrick, my cousin, we didn't really like play music all that much afterwards. And then me and this guy, I was like, let's go busking. Oh yeah, when I went out with those guys, we made this suitcase drum kick.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like
Yep.
some people have, but
Yep.
we had like a big suitcase, and you can kind of fit drums into it, and it has wheels, and you just lug that around. And so we did that, and then we started using that, us two, and then it was just us two. Then we'd have like some buddies who would just come out and whatever.
Some cops that join you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was gonna
Yeah.
be one of my questions. If you guys got any flack from like
There was
RCMP or
one
anything.
cop that kind of like a younger guy who kind of gave us some issues, but other than that, though, like we've never had problems really.
Honestly, Saskatoon, like me and this guy went all the way with Lavina. We went all the way to Victoria, like Vancouver Island, just busking. We went from here, Edmonton,
Revelstoke,
Kelowna,
Kamloops, Vancouver.
Holy
and
smokes,
then all
man!
the way to the island. And those were just like, some of them were fucking long days. You know, you're out there for 5 hours, and you're like, "Fuck, we need to make some money."
6-8 hours playing straight.
Oh,
like,
jeez.
So you know your voice is just getting
Yeah.
fucking fried. And
And do you repeat songs because
yeah.
you run? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You run
And
out of
that's
material.
where we like, yeah, we just kind of like, that was a lot of our, where we, I guess, practiced was just out on the streets
Yeah.
playing
Holy
music
smokes.
together. And because after tree planting, that's what we initially did. We went out and did that busking tour, and then came back, and then
came to the
And then came to open stage. Hell yeah.
But yeah, what I was gonna say about all that, Saskatoon is actually the best place for busking out of every place we've been to.
on the West Coast. Yeah.
Interesting. Like
Money wise, crowd wise,
like support, all that kind of stuff.
You can stay out. We stayed out till like 4 a.m. one time, and the cops were just like, "Just turn it down just a little bit.
Right.
Turn it down just a little bit," and they just didn't even give a.
Do you guys have
Because
like?
I saw a post on their Instagram where a Saskatoon bike cop was singing along to
he
the song.
was actually there to shut us down because we finally got a complaint.
But
that was the one time we actually got.
That was
shut down.
2:30
Actually,
a.m.
he didn't even shut us down. He was like, "You guys could keep playing just as long as you turn it down a little bit."
yeah.
And they're like, "You guys could keep playing as long as you let me sing a song with you."
Oh, hell yeah.
So we're like, "Yeah, for sure."
Saskatchewan RCMP, baby. I love it.
So he's like, "Do you know any Johnny Cash?" And we're like, "Hell yeah, let's do it." And then,
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
awesome.
So do you guys have do you have a sweet spot where you guys go busking in Saskatoon?
You'll never know.
It's kind of like fishing, right? You won't tell anybody where you're catching them.
it's the we like playing at the Gandhi statue.
Yeah,
down,
the
like,
Gandhi statue right on the corner by like the CIBC Bank.
Okay.
I
So
don't
you know,
even
like
what it is.
Winston's and then O'Shea's.
Oh,
Right.
Right, that corner intersected.
Yeah.
Right there's the Gandhi statue.
That's the
Sometimes we
little-
get. It's a hit and miss each night. If we do go like say consecutive days of a weekend,
Yeah.
that there'll be somebody standing out there with their fucking shirt off, doing you know,
Yeah.
some creatures.
Yes.
But most of the time it's good.
Yeah.
Right on.
We've never actually had like any issues with people, and most people like receive us pretty well. Like, out
Yeah.
there, so.
Friggin'
Nobody
right.
really like fucked with us, and it's funny I'm saying that because who was it? There was another group that
Oh yeah, there was another band, I guess, that like seen us busking and ended up going out to busk themselves, and then ended up getting all their shit stolen and jumped.
Yeah, and we've been doing it for how freaking long?
Never had
now?
an issue, and like this.
Maybe
this,
their gear's nicer.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're just not as good as you guys are.
Yeah.
That could be it too.
maybe that's just people shutting them down.
Yeah.
It's a
Telling
little
them to
Saskatchewan
stop.
welcome. Yeah.
So currently, you guys have no music out there that's released. Am I right on that?
Sadly, no.
Right.
I really.
In the works though.
It's in the works. It's in the process. We have a song recorded. It's tracked. It's just on pause currently due to a grant situation.
Okay.
So, yeah, hopefully it all gets sorted out, and sometime in the near future here, it will be released. I'm so stoked about it. I hope I know for sure it'll open up more doors.
Absolutely.
We can sell ourselves a
Yep.
lot, you know.
Freaking rights. So tell me how the experience of going into the studio and recording was for you guys for that first time. Like how I could only imagine it being the first time, how exciting and like maybe some anxiety in there, nerves going in and
For sure, like it was.
like I felt like we all musicianship wise, I wasn't worried, but just like like that red line fever that you get, or no, red light fever you get when like the recording light comes on and suddenly you just forget how to fucking play the guitar or drums or whatever, and like forget everything But for the most part, like it went really like smooth, I think, and like I had a good time. It was good.
Yeah, like I wasn't too worried. Like it's kind of different going in there with a whole group of people, as opposed to just yourself, and you're on your time. But we're on all together as a unit, and it just felt comfortable. And Lexi was actually there. Shout out to Lexi.
Like Lexi Lou?
Yeah.
Hell
she lives right next door, and that's her buddy.
Oh,
yeah.
That's where you guys
so
recorded?
You recorded in Viscount.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Soundcastle.
beauty.
Yeah, shout out to Chris from Soundcastle.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we recorded with Chris. He's got such a great ear, that guy. Like,
That's in a church, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was really like smooth sailing to work with, not one single complaint, like just a real professional at what he does.
Oh, that makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
And like it was good in the fact that if something didn't sound good, like, to have somebody's opinion, it's not like he was like, oh yeah, good take, get it over with. It was
like me earlier tonight. It's like, yeah, we got it. It's good.
Yeah, it sounds good.
It's like, he knows what he's doing, and he knows what he wants
Absolutely.
to put out too, like he's doing it for himself in a sense.
Yeah, his name is on there too, right?
Yeah,
Like that's
sure.
it's
So-
his studio.
Yeah, so it was really good in that sense, and like overall just a really great
Freaking
experience.
right.
Bless my heart, bless my soul. Didn't think I'd make it 22 years old, but there must be someone up under. So you come on, Brittany, gotta come on up. Bless my heart, bless yours too. Don't know where I'm going, what I'm gonna do, but there must be someone up under, singing, come on, Brittany, gotta come on up. Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, you got to wait.
Okay, I'm very curious on your guys' writing process as well. So prior to Lavina coming into the group, did you guys have any like original material out there, or did that all kind of originate once she joined in?
Our sound currently, definitely she has a huge impact on it. Before, Jade, like he had like tons of like melodies, guitar parts, you know, everything. But
Right.
me and this guy just can't fucking come up with lyrics for a while. And like, yeah, like Lavina, it just flows, you know.
Hell yeah.
But he's got an original on his own that he wrote. I kind of do. All of our sounds are kind of different, you know.
Right.
Yeah. We got a lot of like incomplete stuff that like between us,
Yeah.
like that we've been working through the years, and like we have like a lot of songs too that don't have lyrics, and we've just been trying to like add stuff onto it. But yeah, for the most part, it's just like I'll come up with something and then I'll bring it to Carlin. We'll jam it out, find something like we like, find a good groove, and then Lavina will usually, but like sometimes it'll be like lyrics come first and then the music, and then sometimes it's music and then lyrics. And then since like Lavina's been in the band, it's been a lot of like a bit of both. And then, but lately we've had a few songs where it's like she'll give us lyrics or a melody, and then we'll just like have to come up with the music that accompanies that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So like we had a song called Red Lines that we just wrote where like Lavina had all the melody, and then me and him just kind of like came up with the music right there.
Yeah, he
and, like,
came up with these fucking beautiful chords. Like when you hear the chord, like the first time I heard the chords, you know, it's just like, oh fuck, I'm just drawn to this song,
Yep.
you know. And then the melody of the whole vocals, great. And then I think it's personally it's my favorite currently of our songs. That's not the one we recorded though.
very jazzy.
Yeah, it's got a really good vibe to it.
Right.
Yeah, because that's kind of Lavina's style a little bit. Amy Winehouse, jazzy
Yeah.
type
Yeah,
of stuff.
yeah.
And then like
Then you guys are busting out No Diggity. Yeah. Which you guys do a phenomenal job at. I'm going to add there too. I love that when you guys do that one for sure. And I'm not really a big fan of cover songs. And when I saw you guys do that, I was like, oh shit. Like my jaw was already dropped. It couldn't drop any further down. So it was just...
It depends on how it's done. Like
Yeah.
if you do a cover song and you sing it exactly like the original, it's like, yeah, all right, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
But then when you put your own spin on it, like when you mix an original song like Whoopsie Daisy, and then you drop some
milkshake.
milkshake. What's her name?
Kellis.
Kelly's in there. Yeah, it's like, okay, I like this. Yeah.
I think there's only been like 2 covers that I've heard of where I was like, oh shit. One was them doing No Diggity, and the other one I don't remember I think it was an American Idol, like maybe a decade ago. One of the performers did a cover of a Paula Abdul song. Was it 2 Steps Forward, 2 Steps Back or something, I think was the song.
Opposites attract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did like an acoustic version of that, but his
Okay.
way. And I thought it was really, really well done. I don't even remember who that artist was, but that's like the only times I'm like, oh shit, this is really good.
We're like,
So you didn't like the Alabama Shakes one that they just did?
That one, I'll be honest with you, I had no idea that was Alabama Shakes. I had no flipping clue until you told me. I was like, oh yeah, because he was like, oh, did you recognize that one? And I was like, well, I recognized Oopsie Daisy. I know that one. No, the other 2, I'm like, no, not at all.
Yeah, Alabama Shakes. Oh, that's like, I really love Brittany Howard. She's like one of my personal favorite
Yeah.
artists. Yeah, love Brittany Howard.
How
Yeah.
old were you? Okay, so when you were young and and your uncle's teaching you how to drum and everything, when did you know that you could sing? Because like, holy
Yeah, I didn't
shit,
even
brother, you
talk
can
about
sing,
singing.
man.
I think I was like,
just came out the womb. Just
Yeah.
That's imperfect.
I believe it. I believe it.
singing in tune. Yeah.
just crying in tune.
Yeah.
But yeah, so were you drumming prior to you
Yeah, I was
figuring
drumming.
out how to sing, or were you singing before you took drumming?
I didn't start singing till way later. Probably, I want to say like 14, 15.
Right.
And like the guitar and drums are maybe like, I want to say 7.
Oh yeah.
But then there was a little bit of a break, kind of on and off. But
Yeah. Yeah, some of the times when I've seen you perform too, well, the first times, like, because you can hit some high flipping notes there, right?
Yeah.
And watching you guys from afar, and there's like this high pitched note coming in. I'm looking at Lavina, and she's like not even near the microphone singing.
I
We're
know.
like, what the fuck? And then
I was
you
the same
kind
way.
of like lean over to see you drumming and singing at the same, just like, what's happening?
I know.
Right? Like,
That was that same night, and I was watching Luvina, and the way I was standing, you were dead center behind her, so I
Yeah.
couldn't see you. And all of a sudden, there's someone singing, and I'm looking, not
And-
her.
and it's not her.
him.
Yeah, it's hilarious that that's the way it is for our band. I guess she's the lows, and I'm the highs.
Yeah.
It's
Heck
like,
yeah.
you would have thought it would have been.
Well,
flipped.
yeah.
But like her singing range is always in the low,
Yeah.
the low range. Like every time Jade's like, he's trying to play a song, and she's like, it has to be a step lower, a full step lower, not even a half step. It's like fuck, it's pretty.
Transposing on the fly.
Yeah.
So
So is it the 3 of you? Because I
good-
thought there were
good
4
question. I
members.
was thinking the same thing.
There was 4 of us. Duncan, our buddy Duncan, he was with us for a good, I don't even know, a few months anyways.
Since like we got back from tree planting, pretty much.
Yeah. And then because we were gonna go busking, and we were like, fuck, we need a bass player. And I was like just looking through my like Facebook friends list, and then oh yeah, I went to high school with this guy. We went into music class together, whatever. And
Shout out Duncan Cherry.
yeah, shout out to Duncan. But yeah,
Is he the guy that was with Chesterfield as well? Is that
Yeah.
the same guy?
yes,
Pretty sure.
Right.
yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we just shot him a message, and he's like, "Fuck yeah, I'm down to come busking." And it was just like that day, like that hour. We picked him up, scooped him up. He went and fucking just played bass, like just for fucking hours.
Shredded, yeah.
And they were
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Do you want to be in the band? And so yeah, that's when he joined us for a bit, but he was like kind of on the fence about like doing it as like
A
being
career.
The main band.
like just being there full time.
Yep.
Like that full time commitment. So we kind of knew that from like the get go that that's what it was gonna be, and then so like stuff started coming up a little bit more for us, and he's got a full time job. So it was obviously kind of difficult for him to take time off work and whatever. So he's like,
And
I'm just
do
gonna
it,
take a step back, and good luck on
Yeah.
So
Yep.
So
Now-
are you looking for a bass player, or
maybe the guy who played bass for us, Taylor, his buddy from Alberta, he's trying or wanting to join us. He played bass for us for our most recent gig at
Black Rose Whiskey Club.
the Black
Oh, yeah.
Rose Whiskey Club, and he fucking killed it. But the only downfall is he lives in Edmonton. But I think he's willing to relocate just because he doesn't really have any thing.
Nothing's tying him down
Yeah.
out there,
Right,
kind of
right.
thing. So
was Duncan also recording with you, or
He did record.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did play on there.
So Duncan is on that.
on the
that
recording that
yeah.
you guys did.
Cool.
Now, what do you have like an ETA, or like what's the plan on like when would you like to have that song released? Like when can we expect to be able to hear this song that you guys have recorded?
I wanted it
I'd
done
say
Yeah.
freaking
2 months ago.
yeah.
Right?
But yeah, I'm thinking probably maybe towards the end of the month, maybe even sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, but if all things go as planned, say within a week, we get our grant funds. That'll goes through. Chris does his work, finishes it off. We obviously want to promote it a bit before we release it. So if that was like hopefully, if all things go smooth, it would be towards the end of the month, early February.
Hell.
So June.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, June.
Moose Fest will be the release party there in August.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Freaking right. So
Is there a plan for marketing it, or is it like, yay, we got an album, now what?
Well, it's just a single.
Okay. Well, yay, we got a single, now what?
There's not really a set plan. Hopefully we could just like
Go busk it out. This is our new song. Yeah.
maybe just buy some, I don't know, Instagram advertisement or whatever.
to like bump it or
Boost
boost it
it.
or whatever.
And also, this is off the whole band subject, but me and my partner, we did a bus conversion, like school bus converted to an
okay.
RV.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a schoolie.
Oh, okay. Yep.
We like gained a pretty big following. There's like 13,000 followers on our bus page. It's called the Must Bus.
Really?
Yeah.
I've seen that in one of your videos.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and my partner traveled coast to coast and through like 7 states in that old school bus, and we just lived freaking, free, and that was quite the experience. But we have like decals on the bus that say our bus name and stuff, so we gained like followers. So hopefully, like, that page is currently just sitting there, and so hopefully I could just post it
Yeah,
up on
use
there.
that.
Sneak one in
Oh,
there.
hell
Yeah.
yeah, man. Use
So there-
every
Yeah.
tool available.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll help a little bit, catch some people's ears.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, other than that, I don't know. Do you have any suggestions?
Well, the first thing I would say, seeing as you're asking, is once that is out there and you're ready to release it, I would say send it to us and we'll start spinning it on Funky Moose Radio like as soon as we get it.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
But also, when you applied for the grant, did you also apply for the marketing portion of it?
I believe so.
Yeah.
It's Lavina.
Lavina, where are you?
All right. Lavina, did you?
Right. Did she end up sending you that video of her voice?
I don't.
We'll drop that in here just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, if she did,
No,
we're gonna.
She didn't.
She didn't, eh? So Lavina is not here because she's under the weather, and it is a valid reason because we were messaging with her and she voice noted us back, like apologizing for not being able to be in attendance, and she sounded like
terrible.
shit. You guys, like, it was pretty bad. So we get it.
Change up the repertoire to some
We're
death
not
metal.
hurt about it. We completely understand, Lavina, and we will get you out here in Bellevue one way or another.
Get
for
well
sure.
if you're not already.
That's right. Please get some rest.
Yeah, for sure.
Heck yeah. So I mean, that would be one suggestion I have. Like, if there's anything that we can do to help with that, like, shit, yeah, we can talk more about that off air for sure. Not saying like we have all the answers, but we do know a couple little things.
Yeah.
And I'm an open book, man. So
He is.
I'm always saying, I always tell people secret time. It's like, don't tell me any secrets. I'm telling you right now, don't tell me any secrets
Because I'll know about it.
Yeah.
And
yeah, my wife will know that she'll be the first one to know everything. She knows everything about everybody. But yeah, no, I'm very excited for that. And like, a question I'm curious about too is like, I know your goal is like the whole rock star dream, right? As you were
like,
saying, or when you were a kid, that's what it was?
I just love to play music. I just always wanted to just
Yeah.
live. I personally love just doing art.
right.
Okay.
Currently, I'm unemployed, but that's because I work. I look at it like this, okay? I've busted my ass off, dying in the bush for 3 months, planting trees. That's fucking intense work. And then so I'm on unemployment, but I learned after planting trees and going on that busking tour, I went to his family's culture camp, and I learned how to do traditional hide tanning.
Oh.
So I'm
I don't even know what
currently
that is.
tanning hides, like, for moccasins and
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
like,
Okay.
smoked hides.
Yeah.
So I'm currently doing buffalo hides, moose hide, beaver pelts, And I recently started taking up blacksmithing as well.
Hell
so
yeah.
making knives
That's
and
cool.
stuff.
Yeah,
Are you like
So-
forging metal?
Yeah.
Dude, do you need metal?
Depends on what kind.
Dude, I can get you anything you need. I'll be a guy.
The metal
But
plug.
all I'm saying is if you need like chains or sprockets or gears or that kind of stuff, let me know, man, and I can hook you up.
Yeah. But yeah, with all this being said, I just love being an artist in some form or another, you know?
Yes.
And I just look at it as not so much of like the colonial way of living, you know, going in for your 9 to 5, every day, clock in, clock out, fucking come home, you know?
Yep.
I just trying to figure stuff out in a different way.
You're not unemployed. You're a full-time musician.
You're an artist.
You're
Yeah.
an artist. Yeah. There you
So,
go.
You're a legit artist.
so yeah.
And what do you want to do when you grow up?
Rockstar.
Yeah. Well, that
Yeah.
was going to be my question. Like, where does Sëdézë, like, what's the goals for Sëdézë? Like, are you guys like, is the plan like, let's take over the world and we're going to sell out like 20,000 seaters and all that kind of stuff? Like,
no,
what's
it's like we're like initially it was like, you know, let's see how far we can go with it, you know?
Right.
Let's see what our sound morphs into. Let's see what we can become, you know?
Yeah, let's
'Cause,
just like
ideally we all would love to do a tour. Like it doesn't have to be a fucking stadium, you know? We just want to go do tours.
yeah.
go
And
play, you know.
Yeah, like just share
Share the
whatever-
art, the
yeah.
music.
Yep.
Yeah, I
'Cause,
get
like,
that. I
even,
can
like,
respect that.
If I go to like say the Coors Event Center and I see a show there, I'm like, fuck, this is way better than going to the Saskatoon Center because you're up close, you know.
I agree.
Your tickets are fucking cheaper.
Yep.
You know, it's just it's a better experience for me, and I like those smaller venues. And typically, you have, I think, better, you know, artists.
Yep.
Sometimes.
And the sound is shit in those
In the big
Yeah,
stadiums.
echo bowls. Yeah.
Like I went to go see the fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers one time, and it was a sold out show.
Yeah.
I was like, stage was here. I was in the fucking top, in the back, and there
Nosebleeds.
was a fucking I beam. Like I couldn't see
You serious?
nobody.
Yeah.
And you probably paid $100 for a
Yeah,
ticket. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And then at Coors Event, it's like $10 to get in, and you're right center stage, right?
Yeah. And you can actually talk to the artist that's on
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah.
I think like too a big part of it for us is just like, you know, connecting with people and making that connection. Like
Yeah, exactly.
we
like,
all, you know, like we all love music. We all
and that's why we go out busking too, you know? Like,
yeah.
it's not just for money. It's like when we go out on the corner and we fucking play music, if we have like 2 people that are just like, you know, sometimes a couple people will be like, yo, you turned my shitty fucking night into a beautiful, you know, evening.
Hell
Yep.
yeah. You fucking did that for me, man.
Yeah.
Those nights, not that my night was going shitty, but you just amplified it. The nights that I've seen you guys perform.
I've had a
on.
day today, and I'm pretty happy now. So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Weird.
Well, with that, like I said at the top, you guys, we're very honored to have you guys out here. I'm excited on the journey moving forward now that we have crossed paths. Like we're
sure.
on that journey together, you know. So I'm very honored to have you guys here. Would you be so kind as to tell the people at home who are watching, like, where should we be directing them if they're curious to know more about you guys?
Currently, our only social media is Instagram at Sedeze official.
how do you spell that?
SEDEZE
Dot.
official. Yeah, follow us. You can keep posted on there on any upcoming shows. You can book us through there if, you know, like just shoot messages through there if you're at like another band and you want an opening act, you know, like,
We're also getting started on TikTok. We'll probably have a Facebook page soon.
yeah, hopefully a website, hopefully some merch soon, you know.
Hell yeah.
all the
Right
little
on.
things.
Very cool.
I love it, you guys. We're gonna have any links that we can find and scrounge up from these guys. We're gonna have them in the description below. Please comment in the section if you guys enjoyed the music that they performed here this evening. It was a lot of fun for us to witness and be part of. So I thank you guys for that as well. And anything else that needs to be addressed?
No, you're officially part of the herd now, so
That's correct.
Welcome to the
Anytime
herd.
you guys want to come, even
you.
what cameras or not, if you just want to come and shoot the shit, please just hit us
Yeah.
up anytime, man. We'd love to
Sounds
have you guys
good.
back. We
Yeah.
will have you guys back before Moose Fest.
Yeah,
That'll
yeah.
I kind of want to do that. Everybody on the bill. I think leading up to Moose Fest, we should be doing episodes with them again.
agreed.
And do some callbacks. So
I need the rest of the band too. Yeah.
we'll get them all.
Yeah, Lavina. here.
Lavina, if we have to come to North Battleford to you, we're gonna do that. I don't want to do that, but I'm just saying that I will if I have to. Thank you guys again, man. I love the shit out of you guys.
Thank you, guys.
You guys are great, and we're in your corner. So please just remember that.
And everybody at home, see you next week.
Thanks, guys.